Coming up on today's Disney Roundup, a recap of the Walt Disney Company's fourth quarter conference call, lots of news regarding new and upcoming Disney World experiences, and fireworks being tested over at Magic Kingdom. I have all that and more for you coming up right here on the DRU. Hey everyone, Jeff here, and welcome to the Disney Roundup, where I bring you up to date with all the latest Disney and Disney Parks news each and every single week. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to receive the Disney Roundup each and every single week. Starting off with company news this week, last week the Walt Disney Company released their fiscal earnings report for fourth quarter and the full year of 2020. Now, I'm going to go over some of the numbers for the quarter in this year's report, but if you want to check out the full report, I will make sure to leave a link to that in the description down below. Surprisingly enough, though, this year, Disney was able to surpass expectations this year with $14 billion in revenue. However, for Disney Parks, that portion of the company faced a $2.4 billion loss. And of course, part of that reason was the COVID closures. Of course, during then, all of the Disney parks were closed during that time. Since then, Disneyland has still not reopened, as well with Disney Cruise Line. No sailings have launched since then, and no Adventures by Disney trips have gone either. Now, to kick off their conference call for the fiscal quarter and year report, CEO Bob Chapek proudly announced that Disney Plus has surpassed 73.7 million subscribers within its first year and continues to surpass its expectations. He also mentioned again the company's new focus on direct-to-consumer, with continued focus being on Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Chapek also mentioned for the movie studios, they expect 8 new projects to be up and running by January, but did not specify what exactly they were. In regards to the Disney parks, Chapek mentioned they have been able to successfully and safely open their parks, with the exception of Disneyland, of course, due to their arbitrary reopening guidelines. With that being said, it's expected the Disneyland parks won't open now until at least during their quarter one, if not later, most likely later. He also mentioned that Walt Disney World was able to increase its park capacity, which is now up to 35%. Not too big of a surprise there. If you've been to the parks recently or seen videos or live streams from over there the last month, you can probably tell they've increased capacity. Not a lot of big news said either during the conference. They did seem like they wanted to wait to announce some things on Investor Day, which is next month. So make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned, and I will keep you up to date on all the latest information that's said on Investor Day this year. And as previously announced, Disney will be debuting another Disney Family Sing-Along. This time it will be the Disney Holiday Sing-Along. The lineup for the Holiday Sing-Along has been announced by Deadline, with performances to come by Michael Bublé, Ciara, Juliana Hough, Adam Lambert, Katy Perry, and others. Ryan Seacrest will be back to host another Disney Sing-Along, but with the holiday twist. The Disney Holiday Sing-Along will air on ABC Monday, November 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now for parks news, just this past Monday at the IAAPA Expo, Chairman of Parks, Products, and Experiences Josh D'Amaro announced a plethora of news regarding upcoming Disney Parks experiences. Over at Epcot for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, plans are on track to open the attraction in 2021. No official time frame was declared when the attraction may open, but with no big plans announced as of yet during Disney's quarter one of 2021, the debut of the attraction may be closer to the 50th anniversary date. For the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster, test footage of the coaster's ride system was shared with vehicles that rotate 360 degrees. A look inside the ride building was also shown as well. Now, from looking at the photo, you may think the inside looks far from complete, but on the other hand, they could just be wrapping up as well. Right now, it kind of looks like the inside of Space Mountain or Rock and Roller Coaster right now, since all of the track is laid out. What's to be determined now is if Disney adds projection screens or mapping, or just keeps it similar to the inside of those other dark indoor coasters. Now, this coaster is an Omni coaster. The Omni coaster is a first of its kind roller coaster ride system where guests will be rotated along the track in any direction while traveling at high speeds. So I'm guessing some sort of projections or show will be included to keep your focus of the ride in this case. As for Harmonious, the new nighttime spectacular coming to Epcot, no time frame was set on when the show will debut, but construction continues on the nighttime spectacular. And wrapping up over at Epcot, tomorrow also revealed a first look inside the Space 220 restaurant. Not a lot of show from the photo, but it is indeed our first look inside the restaurant's interior. And still to this date, Disney has yet to announce a new opening date or even a time frame since originally scheduling to open it back in late 2019. Some big news from this though is we got a first look on what the rooms will look like inside Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. Now just from looking at the concept art, the rooms look absolutely incredibly themed for this immersive experience. Now the rooms do appear to look the size of maybe a room at the All-Stars, but I think that kind of fits the theming as well. Just something to be aware of if you ever thought about doing this experience in the future. That, and just to reiterate, this isn't a Disney resort or hotel. It's an experience kind of like a cruise, because if you're booking this experience, it only allows you a 2-day, 2-night experience with an exclusive excursion to Galaxy's Edge. Moving forward, tomorrow did give a quick mention as well that Disney does plan on bringing back some entertainment they recently had to discontinue from layoffs, but would not say when that would be or what shows or entertainment that would all consist of. Now with those projects I just mentioned, all were already underway before the COVID closures of the parks. Of course, months ago too, during the COVID closures, Disney announced they would be retheming Splash Mountain with a Princess and the Frog attraction, and Josh gave an update on that as well, saying, quote, "We want to make sure that we're focusing on inclusivity for our guests as well, so we've chosen to speed up some of the work that we have been developing to make sure that our parks remain relevant and welcoming to all of our guests." So this goes for other attractions as well, I believe, with other questionable scenes or characters in them as well. And as far as the Splash retheme goes, I'm really not sure what Josh means by speeding up the process, because there's really no way the attraction could be ready in time for the 50th anniversary, even if it's within the 50th anniversary celebration year. I also don't think Disney will close the attraction during the 50th anniversary year as well. I could be wrong. I just don't think they're going to close attraction during their biggest celebration ever. And with construction workers still have not reported back to work, and other current projects being worked on, and losing money this year from the parks, I'd say it's still going to be a while before construction begins to retheme the attraction. I'd say maybe late 2022 or later, but we'll just have to wait and see. With Disney just recently installing plexiglass dividers in Rise of the Resistance ride vehicles, new plexiglass dividers have been spotted in another Hollywood Studios attraction. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was the latest to receive a plexiglass dividers in its ride vehicles. Now, similar to the Rise of the Resistance ride vehicles, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway has 2 rows per vehicle, adding the possibility of boarding 2 different parties and cutting wait times. In the ride-through video captured by WDW News Today, the barrier doesn't completely obstruct your view, maybe just a bit from the top bar and some glare from the plexiglass, but even if you're sitting in the second row, you can take in most of that attraction. Now, although no fireworks shows or nighttime spectaculars are back at Walt Disney World yet, some fireworks were shot off though this past week at Magic Kingdom. Over this past weekend, Disney sent out a memo to residents in the nearby area saying that on Monday, November 16th, fireworks testing would be taking place at the Magic Kingdom from 10 p.m. to midnight. Now you may think, why would they run tests for Happily Ever After when they've ran that show so many times as it is? Well, a lot of people believe this was test for their 50th anniversary show, which they are calling for the time being Project Nugget. Now normally for new fireworks shows, tests are done months in advance, so this could very well be for what this was for. Not too long ago as well, tests were done over at Epcot as well, possibly for Harmonious, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens come 2021. Alright everyone, well that's all I have for you for this week's episode of the Disney Roundup. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to receive the Disney Roundup each and every single week. And that's all I have for you for this week, and until next time, we'll see you on the DRU.